last 3 days. They've done a great job, in keeping us safe. It's prayers that we got to keep our connection strong with, and the organizers. They did a good job. Let's give them a big round of applause as well. The organizers. It takes a lot of months, a lot of work, a lot of cuts here and there, I'm sure, and to be able to host this event. So I won't say too much, but Masicho, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. At this time, I'm going to call upon Tribal Chief Jeremy Norman to say a few words here on behalf of MLTC, and we'll follow him up with the Cree Vice Chief and the Dene Vice Chief. So let's give him a big round of applause. He made it back from his meeting to be here with us. Hi, thank you.
Thank you, Willis. First of all, I want to start off by thanking our elders, for lifting the pipe, asking for blessings on the day, asking for blessings on our travels home, and blessings to our staff, and spoke of unity, and unity is so important in our communities with our leadership, with the people, the youth, everything's so connected, and I want to thank the young people that shared with us today. It was so powerful listening to these young adults, and going through what they're going through, what many of us, in older age, might go through and still struggle. Listening, I think everybody felt something. Everybody could connect to these stories. And, our healing journey doesn't just end, when we can talk about it, because, I lost my wife 4 years ago, and, I think I'm healed. I think I'm strong. But, and I hear the stories of these young people and their loss, and I feel it. I feel that, what they feel. And, communication is so important. You as educators, you're not just educators. You're counselors, your friends. Your job is so, it's so wide. And I'll share a little story. My son was, I got a call from the teacher, and the teacher said that your son is lazy. He's doesn't want to do his work. He's a lazy student. But what the teacher didn't know was 6 months prior, he lost his mom. And he moved away. He pursued his hockey career. A new school, new teachers, new environment, everything new. And there was my son, he still don't talk about it, and I give credit to these young people that, because there's so much power in healing when you talk about it. So I had to share with the teacher that, that he lost his mom 6 months ago. And, it changed that whole relationship between the teacher and my student. There was way more understanding, way more openness, patience. And that's that role that the teachers do. It's so important to bring that out of children, to bring that out of our young people. what you heard today, it happens a lot in our communities, and we have big jobs. Everybody's a leader. Those young people, I look at them as elders because they've went through something tough, and the way they're dealing with it is a positive way. What we heard today, prayer, talking about it, keeping busy, keeping active, getting out on the land, healing in the land, and we all have our own schools. We wanted our own schools. And as leaders, we're not all going to be mathematicians or maybe language arts teachers or go on. But what our schools can do is teach our young people how to be strong, how to be proud of who they are, to grow up to be a good community citizen, to treat your wife with respect, to treat others with respect. There's so much power in having our own school. And I give so much credit to you as teachers for what you guys do, the work you do. I know it's not easy. And with that, I thank Willis and Cal for entertaining us this last 3 days, keeping the agenda, keeping the focus, keeping the tables quiet when the young people were speaking. Good job to you guys. And our young people, I know he said the 8th round applause. You are our future. Let's give them another round of applause. Teachers, you got thankless jobs, I know it, and give yourselves a pat on the back, round of applause for our teachers. And with that, I'll call upon our vice. They're strong speakers, and I guess just to leave you with one last thing, we all have our strengths. We all have qualities that separate us from one another, and there was a time, I worked with Vice Chief DeRocher a long time. And there was a time where I felt, I'm the chief, but he talks better than me. and it bothered me, and I now know that, we use other people's strengths. We don't try pull them down or be like it's a competition. It's not a competition. We're all here for our communities. We're all here for our kids. With that, safe travels home. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Can I borrow a 20? Since you're the chief, I'll help you get some tips. Yeah, thank you very much, Tribal Chief Jeremy. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, this guy... okay, he wants me to go over here. Okay, this woman here, our newly elected Dene Vice Chief, Norma Catarat. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give her a big round of applause here as she makes her way up here. Ho masi cho. Thank you very much for being here, for your kind words, Jeremy. Any other chiefs that want to say a few words?
Marcy salot ine. Dunzinege no paharel yamoleo, bequent na delsi, haduretly nebequanwa delu, beskenu belot ineganwa del. Asnedet anupa, Tenidari Adayan Tiedun Tidzinege Janat in de Mercy Benesenza. Asnedet anu heldest e mercy. No hayatio, no chala new, but anu ninaratzer. Then a go the no heldayan tie. Sa. As to danet in a, Begadanil tele, Kulet anu heldayan tiedun zinek e mercy cho. Thank you to everyone. Thank you to our elders for the last 3 days of prayer and guidance that they've offered us here. Safe travels to everyone that's going home today. Make it home safe to your family and your community. I want to thank the elders that were here with us today for the last 3 days. Without your guidance and your support, some days are very tough for leaders, and I'm talking about teachers as well, because you guys are leaders in our community. You set the standard for our kids, which is very important. And when Dr. Sinclair spoke, he talked about unity. We need to unite as First Nations people to help each other. We are no different what color, what country, what area you come from. We all have our strengths, and we need to get those put together as one and speak as one. To march forward and to fight for our people to have better days. Listening to the youth today, I am honored to have been here to hear them speak. What an honor. I can't imagine I think the youngest one was 12 years old, and being up here and having the courage to be able to talk to everyone in the crowd and not realizing how many people were here. But they're so brave. I give them, just credit for who they are and where they've come to. And then when Chris talked this morning about it's never too old. You're never too old to change it. And when I'm hearing these kids talking, there are trades they're talking about that I still have to deal with. They're reminding me I'm not too old to go and, reflect on who I am and why I have struggles. Because we don't understand sometimes why it's so tough for us to do certain things in our lives. I need to sit down and reflect and realize, you know what, Norma? You need to deal with those things and become a stronger person. You're never too old. We have these kids standing up here doing what they're doing this morning. Wow. One day I hope I can do that too. With a clear mind, clear heart, because there are issues that I think everyone needs to deal with that we have personally. And this morning was a reminder for me. There are issues that I still need to deal with. And I want to thank everyone that's been here. Thank the drummers. Thanks everyone for helping and supporting each other and networking. Because those are connections that we build upon to build a strong community for our kids, to lead them forward on a day-to-day basis. With that, Marcy Cho salot ina dun zene genu baharelian waldeo horelian kono tel. Mercy.
Masi Cho, thank you. Hi. Yeah, the power of sharing a story. Oh man, this guy's eager to speak. Holy, I don't even need to introduce him. We'll call him Chook. He said, if you don't know me, you call me Richard. If you know me, you call me Cree Vice Chief Richard DeRoche Chook, the basketball star from Beauval. Aho Masi Cho. You need this one?
Oh. Hello, Tansy. Good morning or good afternoon. Thank you to the elders for taking care of us with prayer every morning this week. Thank you very much, elders. We really do appreciate it. It's part of our culture. It's part of who we are, that we start our day in a good way with prayer. I noticed since I've started starting my day with a prayer, life is a lot better. Without some form of higher power in your life, life is really tough. Life can be really, really tough. The young people, I like telling them, start praying when you're young because it becomes a habit. And when you have that habit, it's easy. Life is easier. To the organizers, Wow. Woo! You guys done an awesome job. The speakers that you've chosen touched my heart at least 5 times. The speakers, Nigan Sinclair, Niganana, put me in critical thinking, put me in a different thinking altogether of where our young people are, our young educated people, where they are compared to where I was and where I am today. Our young people are rank awesome, man. They're ranking awesome. They're truth tellers. The young people that you've seen in front of you this morning, raw. I call it raw. Truth tellers. Because it's so raw, it's like a sore that's opened up. And they want to heal it. They want to heal it in the worst way. And there's a lot to be taken from them young people today for us older generation. We see these every day as teachers, as educators. We see these kids every day in our school, and you can pick out which kids are going through some stuff. And this is a little bit of learning that we learned here in the last 3 days of how we can assist those kids, of having the right tools. If we don't have those tools, we know where to go get those tools. You look at what's happening in the city right now, 380 overdoses in the last week in this city. Guess what, folks? It's only a matter of time before it comes to our reserves. We need to be ready for that. Not tomorrow, but when our young kids are getting of that age, we have to put a stop to this bullshit. We have to put a stop to these addictions. We hear our young people crying out right now, crying for help, crying for their stories. In my position, I've got to encourage, I've got to inspire people to get better. I had once thought that being a leader was making a decision. That's not true. Being a leader is inspiring every one of you sitting in these seats today to be better than you were tomorrow, to make your children better than you were. That's my job as a leader. My job is not to make decisions. To Mr. Chris Scribe, bringing his message of our traditions, of our ceremonies, of who we are inside. You heard Ugamau talking about being authentic. That's being authentic. Be who you are. Be who the Creator created you to be. Indigenous, First Nations people. That's who the Creator intended us to be. He made us special. We are special. Look at our history. Just look at our history. How many times we've been knocked down. How many times we've been done everything to us. Kiapitsamo, we're still here. Kiapitsamo, we're still fighting. And that is First Nation. That is us. That's who we'll continue being if we continue living the life that the Creator's intended us. I get kind of passionate when I speak. Because I tell you all, and if you haven't heard it once, you've heard it 100 times. The Creator gave me a gift. The Creator gave me a gift to share, to speak. And I'll share this story again. I went to school in Beauval, this little quiet kid in the back room, never said a goddamn thing, never said a word. I went to school in Beauval, I became the same as everybody else. Equal. And I flourished. I got a voice. Hey, Chuck's got a voice. Wow. And guess what? I haven't stopped talking since. But the speakers that, the organizers that got to speak this week, they were awesome. Thank you very much. To everybody involved, thank you very much. To all the teachers, the educators. One of them said yesterday, I think it was Mr. Scribe, Chris, talked about right from the janitor to the director of education has a role to play in our kids' lives. In Flying Dutch School, I know our janitor is the coolest dude ever. Mr. Fred Gladue. He's got a disability, he doesn't hear, but that doesn't affect his ability to make the cleanest school that I've seen in years. Our school is over 12 years old. The new part is over 12 years old. The old part is about 20 years old. That school looks like it was built yesterday. That's what he contributes to the school. These are things that we had a young fellow that worked there too, Mr. Morin. Was it not Morin? Help me, teachers. He's not with us anymore. He was with us last year. Mr. Morin, was it Morin? Fiddler. He was a security, right? Security. Gord Fiddler. He was security in our school, Flying Dutch School. And that guy was, whenever there was a family night, whenever there was anything happening in the school, extracurricular, he was there helping set up, helping take down. What the teachers needed, he was running around getting things ready. That's what community schooling is all about. That's why we want to take over our education, our own education. So it's us that are doing that, not somebody telling us what to do, not telling us how to teach our own kids. Land-based learning, the greatest thing that ever came about. That was centuries ago, that we were taught land-based learning from in our culture. Today it's brought back into our schools, where it should be. Teaching our children about land-based learning. Teaching them the ways of the old. Teaching them who they are here. That's what we're teaching at school. And that's rightfully so what we should be teaching them. Hopefully someday that we teach ceremonies. And that will be allowed in our schools. To the presenters that are here, I want you to stand up, the ones that presented here in the last few days, the young people as well, the young 8 people that done the presentation this afternoon. I want you all to stand up. Mr. Scribe, are you here? Stand up, please. Ugamau, are you here? Stand up, please. Trevor, are you here? Stand up, please. Nigan, probably at the fly. Thank you very much for sharing your story, sharing your wisdom, sharing everything that you have, and being honest and authentic with us here. On behalf of the Meadow Lake Tribal Council, thank you very much. Aho.
Aho, thank you. Great job. Let's hear that. One more time there, Chief. Good stuff. Thank you. He's become a comedian too. Very well spoken, Mr. Cree Vice Chief Richard DeRoche. It's always good to share that message, of hope with each and every one of you. So at this time, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call upon Patricia St. Dennis to come on up here to say a few words. Let's give her a big round of applause, too. Make some noise. She's one of the helpers here. Thank you.
Oh, I got laid. I got laid. Thank you. So back in July of last year, we sat with the board of directors and talked about the Full Circle Conference. And we usually have our Full Circle Conference open to the whole world. And had some discussions, and the Board of Education made a recommendation, made a motion, and passed that the Full Circle Conference was only for communities, was only for the 9 nations. And just to be honest, Board of Directors, I was sad. Because there's people that give phone calls right at the beginning of, in August and September, and say, is Full Circle still going on? And if it is, our whole school wants to attend. And we had to, say, no, it's only open to our 9 communities. But these last 3 days, I know why. So I thank the Board of Directors for allowing the Creator to help them make that decision to say it's only for the 9 nations. Because I feel that this conference was homey, was family, was focused solely on the things that we are doing. A lot of conferences open up abstracts and say, hey, if you want to share some knowledge, apply to our conference. We'll check over your abstract and we'll see if you're approved or not. We don't do our conferences like that. We first and foremost sit down and have conversations with our school-based admin at a principal's meeting, vice principal's meeting, and say, what do you want? And this is what they wanted. I feel that the information for the last 3 days connects us to our hearts, which connects us to community. And so through those discussions, and then going back and continue to talk about it. Hey, principals, remember, this is what you said. And each one of your schools is responsible to come and share the wonderful things that you're doing in your schools. And that's exactly what happened. And for that, truly honored to be around every single one of you. Next week is spring equinox. We know that our Indigenous people, when they were living off the land and they weren't living in houses with a furnace, or even a wood stove, they're starting to come out tired. The things that they would have had that would have lasted them throughout the winter, they're getting down into smaller quantities. But around the spring equinox, there's signs of things. And the things that we do in spring as a rebirth and as a renewal help us to fill our cups back up. And I feel that this is what the Full Circle Conference does. It's a renewal. It's a rebirth. It's a reminder. It's to fill our gas tank. Because the school calendar for some schools end at the beginning of June, and some are at the end of June. So you have about 3.5 months left. So I hope that networking and being around with people that you haven't seen for a long time and learning new things and celebrating with all the knowledge, new knowledge, old knowledge, reminder knowledge, because that's really important, because sometimes we forget about the things that we learned, because that's where story comes from, right? You tell a story and then another story happens and another story happens because of a reminder. And I just want to thank everybody, every single person, every single dancer, every single one of our elders, our drummers. They're up here and back there. Thank you so very much. William, thank you very much. Kukum Betty, thank you very much. And for the participants, our conference, our nations, thank you. Leadership, thank you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Remember, normalize love because we don't have enough of it. And in closing, on behalf of the education team, pray for us, pray for each other, and always love each other. And please have a safe ride home. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Patricia. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, that's all. Anybody else, Lisa? We're good. So at this time, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call upon our Buffalo River Dene drummers to come on up here and sing their song. And then I'm going to ask some of the community members to grab a flag. We're going to go over to the Cree after that. They will dance out our flags and close it off, and then we're going to do the prizes, okay? I don't want everybody to leave. If you promise to stay, we'll do it now. But no. I got trust issues. So, Buffalo River Dene drummers, Kozudal. Igando. Nalklajo. Ninda. Yeah. So we'll get our Buffalo River Dene drummers to sing a song, and then we will ask. We got about 14 flags here, 14 people to carry our. Is Sydney still here? Oh, okay. Sydney. Let's give Sydney a big round of applause too. Hole is our Scapios there. Every event he's there. Thank you for all your help. The director, arena director, I feel like I can MC a powwow because of him. Yeah. See me on the circuit now pretty soon, eh? They'll be like, you see that Dene guy now? He's MCing powwows. I can see it already. But I will be at Cold Lake Powwow. Alrighty. Buffalo River Dene drummers, take it away. Aho! Aho, masi cho salot ine edresh cheot ino batelgala no it's in shen no bani on do that's a lot of praying in that song too, you know, asking the Creator to bless us with another beautiful day. So at this time, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call upon 15 members to grab a flag, and we'll dance our flags out, our community flags. So Each community, if you want to come on up, grab a flag. Or if you're shacked up in another community, you can grab that flag as well. Don't be shy. You know, we got summer games every year, and some of you shack up. It's all good. If you're Joe Billette, hi, he said. So leadership, make your way. Anybody else, any leaders out there in their communities? Principals, Cal Arcan, thank you. I saw him, he had his jacket on. All of a sudden he's back here. Ooh. The Treaty 6 flag. Straight out of Treaty 6, Muskeg Lake, Cree Nation. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more, please. 10 more flag carriers. There's one more, 7 more. Grab a flag, yeah. Canadian flag, yeah. Let's see where this is from here. This is where Birch Narrows. Is it Birch? No, Treaty 10. Canadian flag. The 51st state. Who wants to take it? Just kidding. Don't fire me. It's over anyways. Right here. Yeah, that Donald Trump. Canoe Lake. Treaty. Right here. We're going to get the... Okay. Treaty flag right there. This young lady here has made me cry, so I want you to carry this. Yeah. Masi. No halya iltiya dun zinege. Thank you. We are all treaty people, though. Canoe Lake, Young Guns. Dennis Iron Jr., where are you? Anybody from Canoe Lake? You know, the quicker we do this, the quicker we go home. You guys know that, right? The quicker we get through the prizes that everybody is waiting for. Yeah, thank you. Okay, 1, 2. Métis, Saskatchewan, and Minnesticwan Lake. Métis flag. Okay, you're Métis, alrighty. Just in between. Minnesticwan Lake. Right here. Right here. There's one coming. And we got one more here, Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan, yeah. Sask proud. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Once again, our arena director, Sydney Ben, is going to lead the way with the Cree, Jonathan Chiefer. Apparently, one of these guys has 30 G's and they're big bros today. Yeah. Not sure if they got cows and plows or one at the casino. Have a seat. Alrighty, the Cree. Couple of push-ups for that flag song. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up as we exit and close off our ceremony here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Hai hai nananaskaman masicha. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of MLTC Education Department, our Eagle staff carriers, Echo and Zane, as we close off our ceremony here over the last 2 days, our leadership and our elders that are here over to support us through prayer and song and our knowledge. The leaders that have blessed us to be with, to support these events. Our flag carriers in the Treaty 6 territory for welcoming us. We want to thank you all for participating in the 8th Annual Full Circle Conference. Our young dancers that are followed by the chicken dancer, the young grass dancer, Tiny Tots, and our matriarchs, our mothers, our sisters, our grandmothers, the jiggle dress dancers, champion dancer, Kenson Chiefer. Thank you, hi. Our beautiful children, ladies and gentlemen, the future of our 9 nations right before you, followed by the leaders in our schools. Thank you, hi masi cho. The leadership in our communities, and once again, our organizers that put on a beautiful event once again. Hi masi cho. On behalf of everybody else and Joe Ballett, I want to say thank you for attending the 2025 Full Circle Conference right here on the Treaty 6 territory. Hi masi cho. Thank you very much. Once again. Wow, thank you. Thank you. Big round of applause here for everybody.